Hello, my friend. Let's get started. How the bullet journal can make you a more productive student. Written by Roxanne K. Last updated 17 May 2019. I don't like trying out new productivity systems, so when a couple friends of mine mentioned it, they were starting bullet journaling. Bujo. I drove to create another productivity fad. I'd seen the cutsy impractical lettering on Instagram. Who's got time to do that every day? I wrote bullet journaling of a note for me. I predicted that my friends will drop bullet journaling within a few weeks. I also predicted that bullet journaling would fade. They did, but it didn't. And here's why. Bullet journaling keeps you focused. Later in this post, I'll dive deeper into each part of the Bujo system. But all you need to start a bullet journal is a dotted notebook and a pen. Media pens are my favorites. Because of this, the biggest advantage of using a paper journal is that it doesn't have a gazillion apps fighting for your attention. If you need to check what you need for your next class, you open your notebook, look up your Shuttle, and get right back to what you were doing before. The Bujo also helps you take notes faster while keeping everything in one place. No more piles and piles of post-its, planners, digital tasks, and Evernotes. All of your stuff will be in one notebook. Finally, your Bujo will also help you prioritize and manage your time because you'll have to manually rewrite tasks if you don't get them done. You think twice about how important the task is. If it's not worth the time to migrate to a different day, they don't do it. It wasn't important enough to do in the first place. Now you are probably wondering how exactly a paper journal can help you do all this when there are digital productivity systems and custom-made planners out there. Here's how. Rapid logging helps you take notes faster. Rapid logging is a faster way to take notes. It also makes reviewing your notes easier because of specific bullet points. You might be wondering what this notation means. In the text section, I'll go into more detail by showing you the more together wrote another element of the bullet journal, the daily log. The daily log keeps you organized in the short term. With the rapid logging notation, you can quickly take down tasks and detail in each day without resorting to longhand. The daily log is a day-to-day container for the rapid logged task you have to do for the day, including what other to-dos, ideas, and events cropped up during the day. If you're just getting started with bullet journaling, I would recommend you start by testing of the daily log. Here's how. Write the date at the top of the page. This is useful when referring back to the log at a later date. Use bullets for tasks and dashes for notes. Notes can be standalone thoughts and ideas, or they can provide detail. 12.1 Monday. Submit in 101 easy. Due 119. No, note 12.1 m means December 1 Monday. That's just how I write my dates of course. If you are American, feel free to use however format you want. If a task has subtasks, you use add indented bullet underneath the original task. 12.1 Monday. Submit in 1 easy and today. Once you finish a task, cross out the bullet with and X. You can only X the bullet if you are finished, L its subtasks. If you don't need to do the task anymore, feel free to strike it out. For example, use circles and dashes to remember events. If you want to remember an event that happened during the day, use a circle to signify that and dashes underneath for details on the event. For important tasks and an asterisk before the bullet point. If the idea is inspiring one, add an exclamation point before the bullet and dishes. At the end of the day, you do a daily review. This is when you sort out the tasks you wrote down, migrate them to your monthly log collection or your future log. More on this later. Turn a bullet into if you add it to your monthly log, a set of pages that tracks tasks that need to be done after this week but within the current month, or to a collection, a custom set of pages for specific purpose. Turn a bullet into a when you add it to your future log, a collection for items that need to do done outside. This example. Collections keep your to-dos organized. Yearly, I mentioned monthly logs, collections, and future logs. In this section, I'll go through them in detail, but briefly. Collections are a set of pages for a specific purpose. An index is a kind of collection that help you locate all the other locations in your Bujo. Super meta, I know. A monthly log is a kind of collection that keeps track of your monthly tasks and events. A future log is a kind of collection that keeps track of tasks and events that occur outside of the current month. The index helps you find everything you in your bullet journal. The index occupies the first 4 pages. of your Bujo. It's a list of all the collections you have in your journal plus their page numbers. If you're just starting, the index will only have your future log and monthly logs. If the collection exceeds the initial number of pages you allotted for it, then you can continue the collection in another set of pages, marking down the new set in your index. See the business notes collection in the photo below. I also use a technique from the bullet journal method called the reading. No goals. I'm not talking about yeah, browse here to avoid constantly flipping back to the index to look for the collection I want. Threading is when you link collections, previews, and next instances via the page numbers at the bottom of the page. It's linking. It's like linking one of a page to another. The future log tracks tasks you need to do in the next 12 months. The next four pages in your bullet journal are your future log. Each page in dividend into 3 months and contains the tasks and events for that specific month. The future log contains all of your to-dos for the next year outside of the current month. Ideally, you should only check this once a month when you create a new monthly log for the coming months. More on this later. If you started your new bullet journal in October, your 4-page future log would start with November and with the next year October. Here's what the first page of that future log would look like. The monthly log tracks tasks you need to do this month. The monthly log is a middle ground between the nitty-gritty of the daily log and the dirtier wave of the future log. This collection is the one I access the most. Later I'll show you how I use it to keep track of my daily habits too. Personally, I use 4 pages for my monthly log because of the tasks I have to do. But a typical monthly log typically consists of just 2 pages. The left page contains a breakdown of the days and days of the week. In this section, you can note important events that are coming up in the month, including past events in the month that you want to remember. Later, you'll see how I will modify this page to track recurring tasks. The right page contains the tasks you need for the current month. This is the page you'll check every day for tasks to add to your daily log. You'll also migrate tasks from your daily log to this section. My tasks tend to bleed into another 2 pages, but if you're some person, you'll only need 1 page for your monthly tasks. Custom collections track the rest of your life. Aside from the basics of the index, future, and monthly logs, you can also create custom collections to help you track other uh, areas of your life. There are templates online for project trackers, shuttle spreads, and funky calendar views. One of the custom collections I use is a work tracker for my writing. This way I know exactly uh, where each piece of content is in my pipeline. Later I'll show you four customs collection you can use for school. But first, migration keeps your entire system in check. In the bullet journal method, Carol encourages twice daily review. The morning review I reserved for copying down tasks from your monthly log into your daily log and prioritizing what you want to work on. During the evening review, you go through your tasks for the day, crossing out tasks you finished, striking dropped ones you no longer have to do, and moving new into collections like your monthly log, future log, and custom collections. In addition, at the end of each month, you do a monthly review where you create a new collection for that month. You also check the previous month's daily logs for any tasks you missed. Move my tasks you didn't finish from the previous monthly log in the new one. Move my tasks from the future log in the new monthly log. You there reviews more work. A daily review usually uh, takes at least 10 minutes for my 1 weekdays. A month review takes at least an hour. But this is because I'm sporadic with my reviews. I do daily reviews so 3 forks a week with one weekly review on Sunday rights. This way my monthly reviews take less time. You don't have to do it this way though. Just know that the more frequently you do the daily reviews, the less time each reviews will take, including the monthly review. How to get started with the bullet journal for students. Uh, if you got to this point, congratulations. Although steps and details might seem like a lot of work, the beauty of the bullet journal is simplify. But what really got me into bullet journaling was having different collection for different areas of my life. I have one for sports, one for my business, and one for my writing. I love the feeling of having everything in one place that I can access quickly via the index. Here are four Bujo collection that will help you organize your school life. Class schedule. To maximize your brain power for learning material, block of everything that needs to a weekly basis. Don't just block off your classes, include your dream time and study time too. You can also take your scheduling to the next level by having a time blocked daily log. I don't use a time blocked daily log these days, but when you have feel overwhelmed, A time blocked daily log can help quiet the anxiety so you can work. Class tracking pages. The photo above shows a project tracker for my work, but you can use this format for classes to hear how. At the leftmost column, write down the week or class model numbers. In the top row, create columns for each of the weekly things you need to finish. Add a bullet point to each empty box, cross it out when done. This way you know what to work on for your next study session at a glance. That's it. I wouldn't keep my class notes in my bullet journal. I don't want to flip back and forth so much when I study. The monthly log befuddled me when I first started bullet journaling. What's the use of monthly log when I use the weekly one? Earlier, I mentioned that the monthly log is a collection I use most. This is because I use it for tracking habit breaks and important but not urgent tasks. Habits are signified by a letter. Each time I do it, I put an X in the box. Seeing my habit track helps my stay motivated. You can use a similar single letter signifier system to remind you of recurring tasks. Like a weekly assignment, you have to hand it. Weekly plan. The monthly log and the daily logs are fundamental places for the bullet journal. I found that a weekly plan in Carousel for my peace of mind. I do my weekly planning every Sunday evening or Monday morning. I look through the previous weekend at any unfinished tasks to my monthly log. Tasks to do within this month or future log. Tasks to do inside outside of this month. Then I create the weekly spread picture above. I add any events happening this week from my Google Calendar and my future log. I check my monthly log and add my top three to-dos bullets for Monday. For the other days for the week, I do review at the end of each day to create another free to-dos for the next day. I work off the weekly view for the most part and use a daily log page to capture tasks and notes that come up during the day. Will the bullet journal help you become more productive? Remember, anything worth doing is hard, and offline productivity systems like bullet journaling takes more time plan a digital productivity system or no talking app. Bullet journaling takes work to learn and maintain. Think about it. So, during your reviews, if you strike out tasks that I saw unimportant, you don't even want to migrate them. Then didn't you just save time and energy? Or what if you feel calmer during the day because doing your daily reviews means you are on top of all your school and extra curricular projects? Isn't that worth more than saving the 10-15 minutes you use for the daily review. Convenience and time saved shouldn't always be the metrics we use to measure our productivity. Many times the intangible metrics like more peace, better concentration, and more energy are the ones that will ultimately makes us more productivity in the long run. Thank you very much, my friend. Bye.